The recent Raila Odinga health drama has caused some very interesting things to happen in Kenya. From receiving contradictory reports to the photograph that was released, and hawk-eyed Kenyans were able to identify that actually that was a hospital in Dubai. What? It's not very easy to fool Kenyans these days. I really pity politicians and those who would want to fool the public. I'm Nabati. But there's a mystery here. What is Raila Odinga's health situation exactly? What is he suffering from? Okay? And even more important, why do his handlers behave like this every time Raila Odinga is taken ill? Because there is a consistency. They always seem to be very upset by anybody suggesting that Raila Odinga is in hospital, only for it to be proved later that actually it's true. This legendary Kenyan is actually admitted at a hospital somewhere. What is it? What is the story there? Well, stay with me on my show today and at least get some answers to those burning questions. A very warm welcome to my show today. Twende kazi. Some of my followers on this channel have a very long memory. And I was reminded of this very recently when in a comment somebody told me, "Hey Chris, you'd better say something about this Raila Manenos, and the so-called minor surgery and Dubai, etc., etc. Because you started telling us about Baba's health some time back. You must know something." I was quickly reminded of the drama of the year 2020. Hey, I did a video after some thorough research and I got a serious backlash. And I could not understand why. Kwani Chris kumekucha, you have started doing rumors and hearsay. There is nothing wrong with Baba. Leave Baba alone. What's wrong with you, Chris Kumekucha? It was very puzzling to me. I was wondering what all the hasira is about. Stay with me. I will explain exactly what it was and exactly what it is, because nothing or very little has changed since June 2020, when this incident I'm about to refer to unfolded. Some sources said they had positively seen Baba collapsing. Some said fainting. And very shortly after that, he was on a flight to, wait for this one, to Dubai. This was 2020, okay? Accompanied by a neurologist. Now today I want you to keep your thinking caps on, so that you put it all together. Because I'm giving you solid facts. Put them all together and come to your own conclusion, even as I tell you the conclusion I've come to. Okay, I'm sure we'll both agree. And of course I did my video based on solid information that I had. His handlers came out with both guns of their barrels firing. And they insisted that Raila Odinga was in Dubai on official business. But very interesting, a few days later, his family came out and told us that actually he was in Dubai, admitted at a hospital for minor surgery. Please don't miss the similarities, okay? I think they're important. A few weeks later, Baba was back in the country, everything went back to normal, and people forgot about the whole saga. I think it will be very useful for us to go back to the year 2006. During that year, Raila Odinga a very energetic Raila Odinga, was playing soccer for Bunge Football Club. This is a football club for legislators. He was even captured on many video clips, energetically running around the field and kicking the ball. I am bringing this up because it is a forgotten segment of Raila Odinga's life. Because when people talk about his health, they always talk about what he went through in detention, which of course is a fact. But the implication is that when he came out of detention, Moi's detention, his health has always been going south, south, south. That is not true. And I believe those clips from 2006 prove it beyond any reasonable doubt. And even during the 2007 presidential elections, Raila Odinga was very energetic. You know how he likes to dance on the stage during campaigns. He was extremely energetic in 2007. There was no problem. Now, 2013 things were different. Not many people noticed this. I noticed it, but then I thought that it was because his opponents were very young. Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta and William Samoei Ruto. I assumed maybe the sharp contrast gave me the impression that Raila appeared a little weak, a bit slow. Gave me the impression that Raila appeared a little less energetic than in the previous campaigns. But now looking back in retrospect, there was a problem, and it started showing in 2013. But if there were any major incidences that happened during that election campaign, they were well hidden. But they actually came out into the open during the 2017 campaigns. Raila Odinga collapsed during the campaigns at least twice, and on both occasions was rushed to hospital. And on both occasions, a neurologist was called. Okay? Maybe it was just a mere coincidence. Let's proceed. On January 27th, 2019, in Dar es Salaam, Tanzania, Raila Odinga's collapse was captured on video. And I know many of us watched that video that went viral. He was presenting a trophy to the winners of the Super Cup of that year. I believe it was Kariobangi Sharks. What a name for a soccer club. As he was presenting the trophy, he suddenly reached out to his aides and was collapsing, and they quickly led him away. Now what this told me is that those around him knew exactly what was happening. Because had they not known, had they not expected anything, they would not have handled it as efficiently as they did. Okay? Now I want to make it clear that I'm not a medical doctor, and I'm certainly not trained in medicine. I know nothing. But I hope the doctors on this channel will find that video and analyze it and maybe tell us something in the comments area. Okay? Their expert opinion. Now on to the very latest drama, which has a lot of similarities to June 2020. Indeed, the destination hospital is precisely the same in Dubai, United Arab Emirates. Now, if you can back up a little, there seems to be a lack of coordination and reading from the same page between Baba's immediate handlers and his family, because on several occasions the two parties have given us different stories. Handlers have said he's away on official business, and then later on the family has come out and said indeed he's admitted to a hospital, but only for minor surgery. I have no idea what that means, because a man of Raila Odinga's age, there is no surgery that can be called minor. Okay? I stand to be corrected. But the nagging question here must be, why is it so important to keep away from the public the real situation about Raila Odinga's health? Yeah, his medical condition. Whether positive or negative, it is a top secret of Raila's handlers. I mean, we've even had videos desperately released to the public to prove that Baba is okay. Now, of course, there's nothing wrong with that, except that one needs to remember that there is no way of confirming when a video is taken. Unless maybe somebody shows us that there's newspaper in that video. And in any case, if one was trying to manage a situation like this one, of course you'd keep such videos handy, yeah, ready for quick use all over the place, wouldn't you? I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying what one would do in such a situation. And I'm also not saying that those videos are fake. Please don't misquote me. I am just saying that there's no way of confirming when that particular video was taken. And I think you'll agree with me. Actually, to answer that question about the behavior of Raila's handlers, which is very sad, for a man who has spent most of his life fighting for openness in society, yeah, telling the truth and nothing but the truth. This is very sad. But of course there is a reason, a very good one, for his handlers behaving like this, where they even get very angry. Ukiwa karibu utachapwa ngumi. Yeah, they don't want jokes, they don't want that story at all to be discussed by anybody. And yet Raila is a very public figure. He is a politician. Many believe he's the one who actually won the 2022 presidential elections. Yeah, that's a very public figure. The mystery behind why they want this to always be kept secret, why it can never be brought out to the open, has to do with the brand Raila. You see, Raila is more than a politician. Raila is a brand. And there are people who rely on that brand for their livelihood. If your livelihood was threatened, wouldn't you behave in exactly the same way? I'm sure you understand what I'm driving at. The truth is, anybody can fall sick. Anybody can go through a certain medical situation. And if you're not a politician, you're not a public figure, that can be kept confidential. It affects nobody. However, if you're a public figure, if you're the leader of one of the largest political parties in the country, then everything changes. In my humble opinion, even if you're handling one of the most powerful politicians in the country, you cannot make up your own rules to override the rules of society. You can't, for whatever reason. And you see, as things stand in Kenyan politics right now, this has become even the business of the government. Because it is in the interest of the government of William Samoei Ruto that Raila Amolo Odinga is in perfect health, yeah, to keep the broad-based government arrangement in place. I take this opportunity to wish Raila Odinga a quick recovery. And of course it's going to be in my prayers. This is a great son of Kenya. Recently, of course, things have gone wrong. He no longer enjoys the love he had from Kenyans. But still, he's a Kenyan. And he has achieved a lot in the past. And therefore I'd appeal to my fellow Kenyans. Let us pray for Raila Odinga. Please let us put our political emotions aside. Don't worry, you can always dive right back into them once Raila is back healthy. But in my humble opinion, Raila handlers and those who handle brand Raila need to sit down and rethink their strategy on this. Because what they're doing, or what they're trying to do, will definitely not stand the test of time. Incidentally, before this incident, Raila Odinga was conversing with some very unlikely sources. Okay? It is all in my very latest, highly sensitive special report, Strange bedfellows. It is still available. You can see details on your screens right now. For only Kenya shillings 2,999, you can have it pop inside your inbox. And of course, a much better option is to go for my golden key, which will give you unlimited, unfettered, complete and total access to everything Kumekucha, past, present and future. I believe you can see details on your screens right now. For only Kenya shillings 6,444, a one-time payment, you will forever enjoy free access to everything Kumekucha, including this very latest, highly sensitive special report I've just been talking to you about. Both offers are expiring at any time, so please move with speed and take full advantage. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.